If Hugo Bros was black, he would be fired. Oh my God. That's so emotional. That's so reactionary. And of course, that's a plain lie. That is just a stupid take. It's a bad take by them. But I think the difference is that they never liked him. I think it's very clear that from Junior Kanya, he never liked Hugo Bros. I don't even think he's respected his achievements because he's still calling for Hugo Bros to be fired. And I don't hold that sentiment at all. I think it's okay for a coach to have a bad tournament. And I think we are able to not go crazy to say he should be fired, but to actually hold him accountable for the decisions that he made in the tournament. So keep it within context. He had not so good of a tournament as a coach. His coaching performance was not great in any way, but it does not mean he's a bad coach, and it does not mean he does not deserve to be a Bafana Bafana coach and does not deserve to lead Bafana Bafana into a World Cup, which he qualified for. Remember, before this, Bafana Bafana had never qualified, or the last time that Bafana Bafana qualified for a World Cup was 2002, meaning earn it through World Cup qualifiers. The last time before Hugo Bruce made Bafana Bafana qualify for back-to-back AFCON campaigns, Bafana Bafana missed out on 2 consecutive ones, right? And we know that in the last AFCON, he made Bafana Bafana finish 3rd. So he changed the mentality of the Bafana Bafana team, and he got results. Whether you like his methods or not, he was still getting results. But I still do think that he has to adapt. He has to keep with the times. He can't keep doing the same things over and over again. And this is my first video of reviewing his AFCON 2025 campaign. And we'll start with the first issue that I have with Hugo Bros. This is complete analysis based on context. Do I like him as a coach? Yes, I do. Do I think that he's harsh with his words sometimes? Yes, I do. Do I think that he's sometimes very harsh on players and actually sometimes disrespectful to the fan base, like Kaizer Chiefs, for example? Yes, I do. I think he could be better. I think he could be better with his words in press conferences, etc. However, it does not mean he's a bad coach. Do I think he should have improved or made many mistakes in this tournament? Yes, I do. But do I think he should be fired? No. I still think we need to give him props for what he's done for Bafana Bafana, and he will be leading us to the World Cup, whether or not some people like it. Right? So now let's get into the analysis of this AFCON campaign. And my first statement, the first thing to show you, is that Hugo Bros does not know his best 11. He does not know what his best starting 11 is. For example, against Angola, this was the starting lineup, right? That is what we started the tournament with. Now, we won the game 2-1. Then we go to Egypt. He makes 2 changes. He makes a defensive change in the middle, brings on Mbata, and also starts Moremi instead of Mkota. He admitted that was a mistake. South Africa lost the game 1-0, and even though Egypt was 10 men, South Africa couldn't equalize, and he said he was afraid. He made a mistake of retreating, and he was afraid, and that's why he made that defensive change. Then we move on to the next game, the final game against Zimbabwe. He makes a change again, and this time brings on Mbule. Right, this time he brings on Mbule back into the midfield. So he's made a change now. In 3 out of 3 games, in 3 out of 3 group stage games, he's made changes to his starting 11. And then against Cameroon, he makes a change again to his starting 11. This time brings in Sibisi, and this time also changes to Obas in the midfield. So what does that tell you? In 4 out of 4 games this AFCON, South Africa lost against Cameroon. South Africa lost that game, right? So in 4 out of 4 games in AFCON 2025, Hugo Bros has had different starting 11s, which literally tells you he does not know who his best 11 players are. And obviously that affects the rhythm of the team. It affects the approach of the team every single game, especially when he changes formation, like in the round of 16 where we got knocked out. It means also the team does not have time to get used to each other. There's no coherence in their play. They don't know each other. There's no chemistry because it keeps on changing. You can't build momentum when you keep on changing your starting 11 in a knockout competition. Now, I have a perfect contrast for you. In AFCON 2023, when Bafana Bafana finished 3rd, let's go to those starting 11s. We started that AFCON campaign against Mali, and this was the starting 11. We lost 2-0. Then we went to Namibia 1-4-0, but he made changes to his starting 11. And this time you can see the starting 11 is Williams at the back, Mudau Gekana Mvala Mudiba. He has Mukwena Setola sitting, and he has Tembazwani playing as a 10. On the wing, he has Tapelo Morena and he has Pesitau on the wings, and then he has Mahopa playing as a striker. Now he decides that that is his best starting 11. That is Bafana Bafana's best starting 11 in AFCON 2023. The next game, he keeps it the same. No change. What's the result? 0-0 against Tunisia. Bafana Bafana didn't lose the game, which is a positive because they only needed a point to qualify. They only needed a point to qualify to the next round. In the round of 16 after that, we are playing Morocco. What does he do? Nothing. He does not make any changes to the starting 11. It's the same one for 3 games in the row. What's the result? 2-0 against the favorites, Morocco. Against the team that beat Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal in the World Cup and went to the semi-finals. We beat them 2-0 with the same starting 11 that's now started 3 games in a row. We go to the quarterfinals against Cape Verde. What's the change? Nothing. He keeps the lineup the same. He keeps the lineup the same. What's the result? Bafana Bafana don't win the game, but they don't lose it either. But there's still cohesion in the play. There's rhythm, there's momentum. The players are understanding each other. And it's a much more stronger squad going into the latter stages of the tournament. So for me, this is Bafana Bafana's best starting 11 in AFCON, and he does not change it for the second game in the group stage, the third game in this group stage, the round of 16 game, and the quarterfinal game, and eventually Bafana Bafana make it to the semi-final against Nigeria. In the semi-final, this is where ultimately he makes his first change, and he went defensive. But now, Bafana Bafana went on to lose that game in penalty. However, he made one change, so it's still a fairly strong lineup from Bafana Bafana. The one that you would say 10 out of 11 players, have been playing majority and starting majority of these games in this tournament. But that just shows you the contrast, where now he's won basically how many games with his favorite starting 11. So in that previous AFCON campaign, he only changed his starting 11 twice in 5 games. Well, in 6 games. 3 group stage games, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals. Yeah, so he changed his starting 11 2 out of 6 times. 2 out of 6 times. And now in this AFCON, he changed his starting 11 4 out of 4 times. So that to me just shows you that he does not know what his best starting 11 this year was. And that ultimately contributed to the team lacking team chemistry, lacking cohesion, lacking rhythm, lacking momentum, and not being able to deliver and getting knocked out very early in the competition. So yeah, that is my first criticism of Hugo Broos. And that's to say he does not know his best starting 11.
Hi guys, this is Ikumele Kune. I'm with KG Dato. Catch him on YouTube channel. We are football. Please, we are football channel. Sharp.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
We'll be there.
Do you care though? Who?
We'll be there.